Infinity to Gypsy Company? The air corridor to the gravity well is blocked by a network of particle cannons. Infinity's shields are still down. Open the lane for us to move up and provide air support.
Captain, what's Force Recon's assessment of the terrain?
I know you've been off the field for a while, Master Chief, but this is a blow-through op. Sending in recon would just slow us down. Telemetry indicates the particle cannons are being controlled from a command post southwest of our position. Roll on that target and neutralize those guns. We'll meet on the other side and take the gravity well. Infinity out.
I don't know about you, but I usually like a little more intel with my intel.
We'll make it work.
Hello everybody and welcome to the 5th video of my Halo 4 Legendary Walkthrough Guide. This is Reclaimer and we're going to start it out by doing a bunch of cool little speedrunning techniques. This video is going to be chock full of them and I can't wait to show you them all. Let's get right on to it with our first skip, which is going to be the Mammoth skip. Normally you would have to go all the way up to Lasky and talk to him, but right here if you just go over to this rock that you see up in the upper right hand corner of the frame right now and run around it, you'll get this message from Del Rio. That means you've skipped all that dialogue that you would have had to sit through, and then the Mammoth would then start to move. Now we just head on back to the Mammoth and we are already moving. But to make sure that we dislodge that Marine so the Mammoth continues moving, we want to make sure that that Marine either dies or gets dislodged. In this run, the Marine dies, but once we get on top of the Mammoth, you are going to want to pick up a rocket launcher and a battle rifle as well as a jetpack, and then you're going to head to the front of the Mammoth, and then you're kind of just going to wait there until we have to deal with our first encounter with the target designator. Now, as I said, this video is chock full of speedrunning techniques, specifically the Sniper Alley skip, which is going to be extremely important for later on. I will be going over that in a future video. Keep an eye out for that one. But for now, I just want to make sure that everybody is... I will try to explain it as best I can for everybody. That way, everybody is on the same page. While we are waiting for the Mammoth to get into to position, I have a few moments. I do want to advertise the Discord channel. The Discord channel is going to be in the description below. If you guys would like to, feel free to join the community. The Discord channel is open 24/7. I'm always on, basically, so feel free to join up. And if you have any questions, that's a great way to post them, and I will always be more than willing to help you guys out there as well. Again, in the description below is the link to my Discord. Now, as soon as those Pelicans get shot down, when Lasky starts to talk, you are going to want to use your jetpack to propel off the Mammoth and try to get as much, basically try to get as much momentum as possible to try to stay in front of the Mammoth. Now, you're just going to be run, jump, melee, all the way to the target designator. We're going to be doing a cool little trick to get as much altitude as we can from the jetpack. It is called jetpack jumping, jetpack boosting rather. That way we can get as much altitude as possible when we use our jetpack. Now just continuously running and jumping all the way over to this rock over here. We're looking for this rock right in front of us. Once you get up to this point, you're going to run, jump, and then jetpack all at the same time to get as much altitude as you can. You're going to jump on this rock. If you can't get as high as you can, don't worry about it. Just try to get as high as you can to basically reach a ledge. Now, once we get down here, we're going to just run, jump all our way to the target designator. Try to ignore the ghost as best you can. Once you pick up the target designator, target the gravity well, and then head on down to this little nook here. That way you can try to de-aggro these ghosts. What you're waiting for is for those ghosts to stop paying attention to you. Once they do, hop onto this ghost and try to get out of there as fast as you can. Now, once your shields recharge, you're going to want to head up this ramp here on the left using the jump button to try to get to point the nose of your ghost upward. And then you're going to wait for the Wraith to shoot its first shot. Once that happens, you're going to park your ghost exactly in this position that I am. Use boost, hit the jump button, and then jump across the river here. That way you don't die as soon as you hit the water, for an example. Now, there might be a soft kill barrier if you do this fast enough. You will want to make sure that the Mammoth is in position right in front of that riverbank. so you don't have to deal with that kill boundary, because one of the runs that I did end up getting killed by that boundary. So making sure that you're taking enough time, but you're still moving. Now before we move up over here, we're going to want to make sure our boost is fully charged. Before we move up, we're going to head up to the right here. That way we skip that little rock right there. That way we don't have to use our point the nose of the ghost up more. But ultimately what we're making sure our boost is full for is so we can get to this this barrier here, so we can clip through it without dealing with a lot of enemies like those wraiths there on the left. Now once you get up to the barrier, you're going to want to clip on through. Usually this way is by putting the ghost to basically where you would want to park the ghost against that barrier, and then you're going to point your left thumbstick, basically the one that says like your movement stick, and then you're going to hold the exit button to get out of it. Once you have done that successfully, you just run along the route that I am right here up until you see the next ghost. This is going to be one of the coolest speedrunning techniques that we do in Halo 4, which is going to be killing the Lich literally the moment it spawns, because it kind of just sits there waiting for the mammoth just to arrive. And what we're going to do is we're going to make sure that we are prepared for success, which is always the motto for my videos. We want to make sure that we are doing things efficiently and we are doing things with purpose. We want to get into the ghost, and we're going to park it up here. Like, you want to park it away from the ledge, but you also want to park it basically as close to the ledge as possible. Then you're going to use your jetpack to jump up here. Jump up to the very top right here. You're going to get around here. You're going to make sure you have your target designator out, holding up to the edge here. Once you are ready, you're going to use your target designator to take out that gravity well. Using your jetpack, you're going to get your rocket out while you are in the air and jump on top of the Lich here. Don't throw a frag, that was an accident, but you are going to want to make sure that you use your rocket here. Unfortunately, I messed up my first rocket shot. Don't worry. We're going to use our second one. Once you see that gigantic explosion, you're going to want to run as fast as you can to the back of the Lich, and then you jump off of it using your jetpack to maintain momentum. That way you want to use your jetpack basically to get back to the ghost that you have at the very front there. Once you get back to your ghost, you're going to head over to the exit side and then basically wait for this loading zone. That way you can keep going on forward. Now once you see that loading zone basically loading done, you're going to be able to go on forward. And then basically that's, in my opinion, kind of like the hardest part of the mission right there. You've already gone through a lot of it. Unfortunately, at this point, you will have to get out of your ghost and then use your jetpack to jump over these streams right here. But that is basically the only part right here that is going to take a little bit longer. But yeah, that's essentially the mission. I mean, we deal with a few more enemies, but we're going to be doing the sniper alley skip in a few moments, and that's the kind of like headline thing for this mission is the sniper alley skip, because that's the most difficult skip in the mission. That's also the most difficult section of the mission. So once you get to this point, you're doing really, really well. Just keep going. And as I said, the sniper alley skip really is the difficult part of the mission. So once we get to that point, I'll try to explain it as best I can. Again, this section of the mission specifically will get a separate video dedicated to it, because the sniper alley skip is extraordinarily it can be difficult to pull off, and I want to make sure that all of you guys have the tools to succeed in this specific part of the mission. So look out for that video, and I will make sure that I go on Twitter when that video is uploaded, letting everybody know that if you are having difficulty with this part of the mission, use this skip. If you want to know how to do it, feel free to use it as well. Now, the first step of this skip is to get up to Sniper Alley. This is the kind of section you want to look for. And then you're looking for a specific point, that checkpoint done. Once you get checkpoint done, head on back, and you're going to just start sprinting along the basically this wall here on the right. And you're going to look for a little like a plant here, the plant you saw there at the bottom left-hand side. And then you're going to try to do that jetpack boosting, but unfortunately I couldn't get all the way up, so I had to find a little ledge to land on. and we're just going to keep doing that all the way up, kind of like hopping up the side here. And then you're going to look for this area right here. You're going to jump across this chasm, making sure that we use our jetpack efficiently. You're going to be in a soft kill barrier. It's fine. You will get out of it. We just got out of it just now. You're going to make sure that you have a full jetpack here. Using your jetpack efficiently, you're going to jump around this wall here, jump around this boulder, land right here. Make sure your jetpack is good, nice and full, and then you're going to jump through the wall, and then you're going to jetpack. Use your jetpack efficiently to land right here. Once you do that, you're going to look for a way up, which is typically just run and jump through this little hole here on the left. And then there you go. You have done the sniper alley skip. That pretty much allows you to skip the hardest part of the mission. And it gives you the tools to succeed for the rest of the mission. That way you have the rockets when you get out of here. You also have your battle rifle, because there's going to be a few enemies when on the other side of the cutscene that's coming up. So, as I said, that section of the mission is the most difficult section to pull off. There is more to do in this section of the mission in terms of like speedrunning techniques or anything like that. But in this specific video, I do want to touch on the sniper alley skip. It is extraordinarily rewarding when you are able to pull it off. And once again, I do want to reiterate, this will become a separate video at a certain point. I will go over it in depth on how to do it. Now, pretty much all we're going to be doing here is we're going to just head on over, just kind of wait until we can just put Cortana in that terminal. You don't want to go through that door on the left. You're just going to keep on heading forward. And then you're going to take a right at the junction here. And then all the way down, that sentinel will open the door for you. And then the beam over there at the very far side is where we're going to insert Cortana. And then we got a few moments to wait when we insert Cortana. It's a whole thing that we have to do. We're in a slow part of the mission. But, I mean, I just want to point out, we have negative 260 points right now. After we kill that Marine, we're kind of just vibing. Like, we haven't killed a single enemy. Have you noticed that? We have not killed a single enemy in 12 minutes. That is crazy. This is like almost pacifist run style, which you can do on this mission relatively easily. It's crazy. But once Cortana gets taken away, we're waiting for her to just kind of vanish. There we go. Waiting. There she goes. Now, once that happens, you're going to head on back. You're going to wait for this little midpoint right here. As you see, that light bridge did activate. Once you get on through, we're going to be just heading on through the doorways. Now, there can be a way to get lost in this little like labyrinth here. Don't go to the right. You will want to head to the left. Then you head to the right again. And then right here, you will not want to go to the left. You will want to go to the right. As you see, do not head to the left. That door is locked. I even punched it just to make sure that do not head to the left. Now, going over to Cortana, I will see you guys on the other side of this cutscene.
Who are you?
I am what remains of the Forerunner, once known as the Librarian. My memories were retained to assist humanity on their path to the mantle. Though sadly, that plan is now at risk. The Didact is leaving Requiem. Soon. You must not allow it.
Leaving.
He seeks this. The Composer. A device which will allow him to finally contain the greatest enemy ever faced by the Forerunners. You. Mankind spread into the stars with an unexpected, desperate violence. Entire systems fell, before the Didact's warrior servants rose to halt the aggression. When the Didact finally exhausted the humans after a millennia, his sentence was severe. We had no way of knowing that the Forerunners were not your only enemy. Humanity hadn't been expanding. They were running. Weakened from our conflict, we were no match for the parasite which pursued you. The Forerunners made plans for a final great journey, but the Didact refused to yield our mantle of responsibility. He would save all life in the galaxy, at a cost. In the Forerunners' quest for transcendence, the Composer had been intended to bridge the organic and digital realms. It would have made us immortal. But its results soured. The stored personalities fragmented, and our attempts to return them to biological states created only abominations. Such moral concerns faded from the Didact's attention. The Flood only assimilated living tissue. The Composer would provide the Didact his solution and his revenge.
The Prometheans. They're human.
They were only the beginning. He would have encrypted your entire race if we had not removed the Composer from his care and imprisoned him here. Reclaimer. When I indexed mankind for repopulation, I hid seeds from the Didact. Seeds which would lead to an eventuality. Your physical evolution, your combat skin, even your ancilla Cortana. You are the culmination of 1,000 lifetimes of planning.
Planning for what?
He has found us.
Even in death, her meddling continues.
Reclaimer. The gene song I placed within you contains many gifts, including an immunity to the Composer. But it must be unlocked.
How?
Relinquish your contact essence.
Your evolutionary journey must be accelerated.
Can I defeat the Didact without it?
No.
Then do it.
Prepare.
Alright guys, now that we're on the other side of that cutscene, Chief getting his upgrade, now we are into the second half of the mission. The initial part of the second half of this mission is the most difficult, and it's not even that bad. All you have to do is go over to the left here immediately as soon as you get control over Chief, crouch up to the pedestal here. Once Cortana allows you to pick her up, you're going to pick her up and then jump across using your jetpack to this little edge here. Now, once you get over here, you're going to start taking out a few of these enemies at a time, starting with the crawlers as well as the knights. We're not trying to take out all of them. We're just trying to take out enough of them so we can pass on through without dying. That's the goal here. That's always the goal here in these runs. We do not want to die. We've made it this far. Now, reloading our rocket, we are trying to keep an eye out for that second knight. Missed my first shot, missed my second shot, but unfortunately, I didn't want to sit here and waste my time reloading my rocket and trying to hopefully get a shot off. So might as well just try to take him on with the battle rifle. There we go. Got a few more crawlers. Wasn't able to take out all of them, but that was enough enemies for me. So let's run on past. And then we're going to head over to the elevator that we took on down. And there we go. Now the rest of this mission is going to be done using a tank. Tank is going to be super fun. It's going to be pretty much where we're going to get all of our points. We're at 5,545 points right now. And we're going to end this with this mission with like 125,000 points. So this is if you are wanting to make sure, like if you were doing this mission with me, this is where you get your points to make sure you hit par score. Now, as soon as you go through the portal, there's going to be that tank here on the right-hand side. Make sure you run up to it immediately. That way it doesn't get destroyed by a wraith or some ghost. And then as soon as you get control over the tank, take out the 2 ghosts closest to you, and then take out the wraith. Once you take out the wraith, there's probably going to be another ghost up close and personal with you. Make sure you take out all enemies in the order that they are closer to you and then furthest away. Do not take them away. Do not destroy them in terms of the vehicular threat that they may pose. What I mean by that, just because it's a wraith, don't worry. As long as that wraith is not next to you, just take out the ghost and then take out the wraith. So taking out the wraith now, if you see a mortar coming to you, you always want to make sure that you go the direction that is the most, the easiest way to dodge such a shot. So for me, it was just backwards. If the easiest way for you to dodge is forward, go forward. I know that's like counterintuitive in some ways, but you will always want to make sure that you are in the direction that is unexpected. That way you are able to dodge the shot much better. Now we have another wraith. There's quite a few wraiths in this section of the mission, which are your main threat. But we also want to not sleep on the ghosts. There's a ton of ghosts, and a lot of ghosts means there's a high probability of dying, even if you are in a tank. So make sure that you are aware of the enemies that are near you. So taking out these ghosts. Now, we will want to use our environment to our own advantage. For an example, we are going to use that basically the rock formation that we see here to our advantage. That way we don't get mollywomped by one of these wraiths over here. Trying to dodge these wraith shots. I accidentally stayed still. You don't want to stay still when there's a mortar still heading your way. I thought I was going to be able to. I thought I was far enough away from it, but fortunately I didn't die there. It does only take one direct shot from a wraith to kill you, in most cases. So make sure that you are being careful. As I said, dodging sometimes means moving forward, and we are just going to continuously move forward. That way we can get through these last 3 wraiths here. Now taking out any remaining vehicles. Once you take out the 3 wraiths, most of the threats have been neutralized. All you have to worry about is the last phantom, which will be up here in the top left hand side. So you will want to make sure that you are ready for it. Making sure that we are taking out some more of these enemies. There is one more wraith right here. There we go. 2 shots from the tank. Easy peasy. Making sure there's no more enemies coming on down. But this phantom here, that is your priority. As you see here, shooting its cannon at us. Shot its cannon off so it doesn't have to fire at us anymore. It looks like maybe 2 more shots. Alright, last shot. Unfortunately, I was shot in its back, not its front. But there we go. Now that we've destroyed the phantom, that is pretty much it for this mission. The last thing we need to do is head over the barrier. But Phoenix, we have 2 more objectives to neutralize. What are we supposed to do about those? I will show you right here. We do not go over there and worry. We don't worry about that at all. Remember those rocket jumps that we've been doing throughout the mission? We're going to do that again right here. Now, jumping on top of this rock and then jumping up like normal will not serve us any good, as you saw there. What we will want to do is get momentum. You're going to jump, you're going to sprint, jump, and then jetpack over the wall. And then you're going to, once you get over the wall, you're going to jetpack on down to a smooth landing. Once you get to this point, that is it for Reclaimer. You have gotten to the point, you got to the end of the mission. That is it. You've beaten Reclaimer on Legendary difficulty with no deaths. If you guys did find this helpful, please leave a like down below. If you guys have any questions, comments, concerns, suggestions about future videos or this video in particular, feel free to leave them below. Again, the algorithm loves it when you guys comment. Help me defeat the algorithm robots so we can make this channel bigger, and that way we can reach the most people. Again, guys, if you guys found this video helpful, please consider subscribing, and I will see you guys next time for Shutdown. Thank you guys for watching.
Infinity cannot handle that kind of punishment. Not again.
This isn't about us or this ship anymore.
Sir, we've seen what the Didact is capable of. If we let him leave this world, humanity will be at risk.
Look, I understand what you think you saw.
Think?
With all due respect, sir, I know what I saw.
And with all due respect to you, soldier, I'm not willing to jeopardize my ship because of the hallucinations of an aging Spartan and his malfunctioning AI.
Sir, what if he's right?
Nav, as soon as we know we're airtight, I want a course laid into Carenay Station. Com, prepare a warning beacon.
I will not allow you to leave this planet!
Cortana,
I didn't mean to. I didn't mean to do that.
Commander Lasky, pursuant to Article 55 of UNSC Regulation 12-14572, I'm ordering you to remove that AI's data chip and retire it for final dispensation.
I don't want to. You don't want me to.
Remove
Please.
the chip now, Commander.
Please. I don't want to.
Give me that chip.
the Didact has to be stopped. If you won't do that, I will.
I am ordering you to surrender that AI!
No, sir.
Lieutenant! Arrest that man!
Captain!
Arrest him!
Captain!
Get word to Earth that trouble is coming. Cortana and I will do what we can back here.